Okay, recording video on Thursday, the 19th of May 2022. It's just gone 9:30 p.m. Chicago time. Do hope you are doing well. Hope you've had a good few days trading. It's been a pretty good week for trading. We've had lots of opportunities to go long and short both ways. Yesterday was a huge down day. That was very nice, set up from the day before. And then today's activity on Thursday was kind of a consolidation at the lows type pattern, and we've kind of taken off a little bit in the upside. And a whole bunch of charts have started to take off on the upside, so I'm going to show you those, kind of rip through them quickly, not spend too much time on any one chart. But before doing that, just talk about this kind of crazy double bottom that we got with the overnight activity coming into Thursday, because it exactly matches up, well, within exactly 1 point of the low that we had a few days ago. So this is a 13,500 tip bar chart, which I don't particularly recommend. It's kind of absolute limit of the tip bar charts for the E-mini in terms of sucking out juice in order to get the chart kind of set up. Calculations are fast enough, but it's getting all the tech data kind of downloaded in order to create this. Sometimes a little bit of a stress on your computer. But anyway, I've actually been asked over the last few days what my limit is for tip bar charts versus minute bar charts on the E-mini, and the short answer is I look at the 500, 1500 and 4500 tick charts, and then the higher time frames I'd be looking at a 15, a 45 and 135 minute chart during the day. But to be honest, I really look at the minute charts at the end of the day. I rarely have them open during the day, kind of concentrating more on the tip bar charts. But anyway, so here's the 13,500 tip bar chart, and this is the little low that we had overnight, and then the low that was made a few days ago, and it was exactly down here, 38.55. There's the nice low kind of down there, so that was around 2 o'clock on the 12th. And then today's activity, can I pick up the absolute low here? What did I say, 55 down here on the low. Yeah, 55 on the low, and this was exactly 56, there it is, 56 on the low at 4:50 a.m. Chicago time, kind of leading into the consolidation basically that we had today. So that's an important kind of point down there. So 13,500 tip bar chart. I mean, we had beautiful tip bar, blue professional bars up there at the highs that led to yesterday's sell-off, but we didn't have really blue professional bars kind of picking up the lows. Yes, here testing amateur down bars here. No exhaustion patterns on this particular chart, although we had exhaustion patterns kind of setting the move off, if you like. But I think we've done enough damage on the downside that we're going to have a little bit of a bounce, and it's worth playing that bounce. So I'm long at the moment, and you can see we've started to break into an uptrend with the bars turning red down here. So it's kind of a classic in terms of cyclical and trendy activity. The downtrend is on the lowest time frame, goes pullback to end of trend, syncs up with cyclical support on the highest time frame, and we've overshot the support on the intermediate time frame, and we have time to put in a pullback to end of trend on that time frame. So around here we're talking about triple supports kind of going off, because we've got support on the intermediate, on the highest time frame, and then kind of around here we've got support on the lowest time frame. Actually at the moment this is actually a triple going on here. So here we go. So we've got all of that kind of going on. Second cyclical turn after end of trend on the intermediate time frame puts us in here at this low, and there we go. We've got a triple support. Big things happen at triples, so if it takes off to the upside, we're looking for breaks above 39.50 that kind of give us confirmation that we're going to go have a look and see where this ends up. On the 15-minute chart, again, this same kind of setup side by side, similar type thing. We've run out of juice on the downside. We got cyclical support on the highest time frame. We put in our pullback to end of trends on the lowest time frame, pullback to end of trend on the intermediate time frame. We're just putting in another kind of resistance to support, resistance support in these time frames. But because this has trended so far on the way down, these don't necessarily have to, as I say, complete that go, pull back to end of trend or complete in terms of resistance to support. It gives us an area that we start breaking above these levels, so 39.43 all the way up to 39.84, breaking above those levels takes us into the next trending activity down here. And on this chart you can see, yep, we've got blue professional bars at the bottom. We've got a bullish divergence pattern kind of gone off here. This exhaustion cell is kind of at the beginning of this last little move, rather than, I like them right down on the lows there. but I'll show you the 45-minute chart that shows something different. But we do have the setup for a reversal pattern, a triple long signal, if we go above, break above 52.25 here, 39.52. Because we've got blue professional bars at the lows and we've trailed the stop down, we've got our bullish divergence come in, we're oversold on better sine wave. We break above 52s and that'll give us a triple signal here, and that'll kind of mirror the triple signal short that we had on these time frames. On the 45-minute chart, this is nicer. You know, there's the exhaustion pattern getting the move going, and there's the exhaustion pattern kind of ending the move. And what I would typically expect to see is a bunch of blue professional bars kind of down here. So we didn't get it, and it hasn't shown that double bottom here because this is a day session only, and that double low, double bottom happened in the pre-open to today's activity. So we had a spike down to this level down here, and then we've kind of consolidated. But again, we're kind of, if we break above this 52 level, it's going to be absolutely key. It's kind of coming up on a whole bunch of charts, 39.52 as being a level that getting above that would trigger us into all kinds of patterns to the long side. So it's worth getting long and seeing if we get a bounce on Friday. Again, no exhaustion pattern on the 135-minute chart. We got some blue professional bars kind of heading into the lows there. That might signal in the next bar or two. You know, we might actually get those kind of negative signals there, and it's, you know, a support in the highest time frame. So we're still going to test down into lows, you know, but this is an interesting spot that we've kind of come to rest at that almost exact double bottom there. So there we go. That's what's going on in the E-mini, and we can start to see a lot of charts kind of break to the upside over the last couple of days, and today it just seemed like everything was breaking up. Dollar index breaking down, but everything else kind of starting to break up. So this next series of charts I'm going to show you is the overbought, oversold kind of system, where we've got the three non-correlated indicators come together with triple signals short and long. And I like looking at them with two time frames side by side. One is a third of the other, or 3 times higher. So on the dollar index, doesn't trade very much. So, you know, we have quite small tick bar settings. 300 tick bar chart and a 900 tick bar chart on the dollar index. But you can see here a couple of days ago we got nice kind of triple signals come off on both charts, and the dollar index has weakened quite substantially from those highs. We had blue professional bars at the highs, we had exhaustion patterns. We broke that trailing stop, we were overbought, triple signal, bang, and we're kind of in a downtrend on dollar index. Having a little bit of a bounce at the moment, kind of overnight, but apart from that, you know, the trend is down, so we wait to see this next kind of shift down. And so dollar index is down, you'll expect to see a lot of the other kind of currencies kind of go the other way. So we've got Aussie dollar, you know, again a couple of days ago, triple signals kind of come in, we started to race away. This nice little move correction down, you can see blue professional bars picking it up at those lows. We don't break the trailing stop, and we continue to race higher, so that's kind of good. Again, a little bit of weakness kind of going on at the moment. We need to see that hold, this level hold, for that to continue up. British pound, same thing, a couple of days ago, nice little triple signal kind of go off here. We raced away, a little bit of profit taking up here with blue professional bars, exhaustion bias. We've got a temporary little signal here, but that we broke back above that level. So again, having a little bit of weakness at the moment, but this low 122 on the pound and all these levels on these currencies is important. So I think that's a temporary correction that we're having in anticipation of the trend continuing on. Same kind of thing, took a little bit longer to make all these signals together on the Canadian dollar, and on the Aussie it was 513, so same thing, 513 on the Canadian dollar. They tend to kind of mimic each other in terms of turning points, not levels but turning points. So raced away to the upside, you know, that's still an uptrend, that's kind of good. And the euro a little bit later, so all of those risk on currencies were signaling a little bit faster than the euro, but the euro we got a signal triple on the lower time frame, 1500 tip bar chart, and we've raced away to the upside. Again, a little bit of profit taking up here with blue professional bars at the highs. They're weakening from there, but nothing on the higher time frame chart, so we're still technically in an uptrend here. So we'll just see where that correction takes us before it's starting to move back up again. Japanese yen has come off a little bit here. This was kind of the rally in this kind of started a little bit earlier on in Japanese yen, and we had blue professional bars, and then they kind of forced it down. But we're above those levels now, and we've not got blue professional bars at the highs, so they haven't been taking profits. So again, just coming off a little bit at the moment. We'll see where the blue professional bars on the lower time frame kind of come in to support that, hopefully, and then kind of push it higher. And then Swiss franc's been crazy, kind of strong move to the upside from parity to almost 103 cents up here. Again, triple signal on the lower time frame, whole bunch of blue professional bars buying that breakout in anticipation of it kind of going on. That's almost like a gathering pattern here that we kind of buy at a previous kind of area of resistance, and then we get through it and bang, we're away. You can also see that gathering pattern on Bitcoin and Ethereum happening at the moment. So I'll talk about the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts maybe on the weekend in more detail, and just talk about stable coins and the Luna stuff that's been kind of going off crazy, because it forced down the Bitcoin and Ethereum markets to levels that we've not seen in a long time. And it wasn't really weakness in the euro or the in Ethereum or Bitcoin that was forcing that. It was actually the Luna Foundation Guard or something they're called. Anyway, the guys that basically secure the Luna stable coin, and that's a whole big kind of conversation to talk about. But finally, we got a little bit of a bounce. We got triple signals on the lowest time frame, and this pattern here I'm looking at almost exactly 30,000, and that for me is a gathering pattern. So that's a whole bunch of blue professional bars at a previous area of resistance. So it's different than these blue professional bars taking profits and we kind of weaken from there. These we have a bounce and they're taking profits and then they force it down here. But then we're taking blue professional bars at the lows, are picking it up, and they're just holding it in this tight range here, absorbing as much volume as they can. And we'll get a confirmation that that's a gathering pattern, and that's what's going on at the moment if and when we get a break up above that. I know we tried, I mean, it's a pretty spiky couple of bars up here, and we've kind of come back to 30 again, but that's what we're waiting for on this chart, to kind of seriously get above this congestion zone, and that'll show that that was professional kind of gathering here. And I think we can see the same thing. Yeah, Ethereum at the 2000 level, really important level here. So gold, silver. Gold not doing too much on the upside. I know we've had a little bit of a rally over the last couple of days, but for me there's no blue professional bars at the lows on the highest time frame, and that's my signal for a proper kind of break into an uptrend. We've had a signal today, one a couple of days ago, but because we haven't done that, no blue professional bars on the lower time frame, I can't say that that's a change in trend yet. We have almost everything else. Got exhaustion sell, bullish divergence, oversold, but no blue professional bars. Silver, similar thing, no blue professional bars down here at these lows. So although on the lower time frames, yep, we got a couple of signals, but it's not kind of confirmed in the higher time frame. 10-year. So here we've got reverse going on. We've actually got on the lower time frame the signal short, triple, exhaustion buy, bearish divergence, overbought. We break the trailing stop, bang, we got our triple signal here. And you can see again it is exhaustion buy, bearish divergence, bunch of blue professional bars there. So we should get another triple signal if we get a confirmation of this next bar kind of closing below that trailing stop. So 10 years kind of coming off. And what are we talking about? Crude. I think crude and natural gas are starting to weaken. We have this big blue professional bar pattern overnight that kind of sold off. I actually took a short on crude overnight and then woke up to a loss on that, and so I dumped it. But I still think that crude is weak. We got this bearish signal here, short signal there. This pattern up here is kind of an under the lip pattern. You can see this is the lip for me. It's like as we kind of roll down, but we need this to break into a downtrend. We need these bars to be white to show a confirmation that we're in a downtrend on crude. But anyway, that's not looking too good. And natural gas, same thing. Exhaustion buy, blue professional bars, selling it down. We just need to kind of we need a bearish divergence pattern because we're through the support here on better pro-am. So it's not a triple signal yet, but not looking good for natural gas and crude. But we've got some sign of strength on copper. No signals on copper to go long because we never got an exhaustion sell kind of down here. Some blue professional bars. So for me, that's kind of wait and see. We need more blue professional bars as confirmation. And then lastly, we had a nice little push up over the beginning of the week into these softs. So grains. So we had wheat and corn and soybeans kind of strengthen, but that little push to the upside at the beginning of the week just ran out of steam, and now we got kind of triple signals short here on the higher time frame. We're kind of broken into a downtrend. We had profit taking here by the professionals, and so that means we couldn't get through these previous highs. I thought we might, with this continuation of this move, that take us to new highs, but it didn't happen. It kind of rolled over a couple of days ago and has been weakening. So that's corn, wheat, same thing, signals at the highs, rolled over here, and soybeans not signaled yet, and not a whole bunch of blue professional bars at the highs. So maybe the wheat and corn charts are different from soybeans at the moment. So this is still an uptrend. We got a triple kind of down here, kind of signaling on the lower time frame to go long. And lastly, sugar. Yeah, so sugar took off a couple of days ago. We've been coming into this pattern down here, bang, raced away to the upside. That's a little gathering pattern. We kind of break above it. We've tested back into that level and bounced from there. So we're in an uptrend in sugar as well. So there we go. A rip around the charts, and we'll see Friday if we've found a double bottom in the E-mini chart with today's activity and the consolidation. We could get a nice little trending move to the upside to kind of mirror this crash day on Wednesday. So let's see if we get a mirror image of that kind of ripping to the upside to test up into those highs. So that'll be fun if I've got that right. Anyway, so there we go. I hope your trading is going well.